Leonardo DiCaprio is essentially Hollywood royalty and has been in huge blockbuster movies at the pinnacle of success since the 90s, including The Titanic, The Wolf of Wall Street, The Great Gatsby, and The Revenant, which he won an Academy Award for Best Actor for. Art has been a huge part of his life. The story goes that the actor's parents stood in front of a Leonardo da Vinci painting at the Uffizi Gallery in Florence when they decided to name their son Leonardo after the famous Renaissance artist. But did you know that he invests a large proportion of his earnings from his blockbuster movies back into his vast art collection? However, the devastating fires that ripped through Malibu and the Pacific Palisades in Los Angeles at the beginning of the year burnt down his house, worth around $40 million, as well as his beloved art collection, worth in the hundreds of millions, that he has spent the last 20 years accumulating. Let's delve into the major pieces in his collection that were lost in the fires. DiCaprio reportedly owns several Cause sculptures, including Companion, a 16-foot tall sculpture of a cartoon character that was displayed in New York's Times Square in 2010. He also has Banksy's, including Trolley Hunters, a commentary on consumer culture, which he picked up for $1.3 million in 2015. The painting features a group of hunter-gatherers chasing after a shopping trolley, highlighting the absurdity of modern society's obsession with material possessions. The actor was also a huge fan of the artist Edward Ruscha and had several of his works in his collection, including Ace, a screen print from 1987. He also collected Jackson Pollock paintings and had about 3 that were worth over $5 million apiece. One of his favourite artists was Jean-Michel Basquiat, and he had several works that he had collected over the years, but the first significant acquisition to his collection was a painting called Untitled. In an interview for the Wall Street Journal in 2013, DiCaprio said that growing up his father was a big fan of the cartoon artist Robert Crumb, and so he had several pieces in his collection, including Mr. Natural. DiCaprio was also a very enthusiastic collector of the artist Walton Ford, which he first saw in his Berlin exhibition in 2010, and it appealed to his sensibilities as he is committed to environmental preservation and helping endangered animals. He owned the beautiful painting, The Tigress. He owned several Oscar Murillo paintings, including Untitled, which he picked up in 2012 for $405,000, which was a record for the artist at auction at the time. He had Pablo Picasso drawings, including Fillet. In 2012, DiCaprio put on an auction in conjunction with Christie's to help raise awareness for climate change. He picked up a Takashi Murakami piece called Mononoke, which he paid $735,000 for. The actor was also an avid collector of Frank Stella and owned several pieces, including Double Grace Scramble, which DiCaprio paid about $1 million for, this significant piece from 1973 in 2021 at Art Basel. He was also a big fan of up-and-coming artists, including Andreas Gursky and Jean-Pierre Roy. I have only touched the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the art that was lost in the LA fires, and I have full faith that Leo will recover both personally and financially from this tragedy. However, the art that was lost was irreplaceable and is sadly gone forever.